I felt so upset at home that I thought I would rather be on the move for a bit and do some more reporting.
Immediately after the funeral, Orwell put his son in the care of a nurse and returned to the war. He began working at a furious pace, averaging an article or review every other day. The war in Europe ended only 6 weeks after Eileen died. Orwell's celebration was muted, but his gloom was more than grief. To defeat fascism, people had learnt to live with less freedom. He thought this left them vulnerable to other types of tyranny.
To be corrupted by totalitarianism, one does not have to live in a totalitarian country. The mere prevalence of certain ideas can spread a poison. And if thought corrupts language, language can also corrupt thought. Defenseless villages are bombarded from the air, the inhabitants driven out into the countryside. This is called pacification. When one watches some tired hack on the platform mechanically repeating the familiar phrases, blood-stained tyranny, free peoples of the world, stand shoulder to shoulder, one often has a curious feeling that one is watching some kind of dummy. The appropriate noises are coming out of his larynx, but his brain is not involved. This reduced state of consciousness, if not indispensable, is at any rate favourable to political conformity. Maybe I am pessimistic, but at the same time there is not too much cause for optimism in the world today.
This strange, gentle, critical, cynical personality comes out completely in the way he writes as in the way he talks. And this pessimism of his, I think, is peculiar to him. And I'd like to say that this I noticed always in him as a boy, too. It's a bracing pessimism, a feeling that once you admit the worst, everything's a bit more fun all round. And therefore you almost seek out the worst.
In 1945, Animal Farm was finally published. On the brink of the Cold War, Orwell's anti-Soviet parable became a critical triumph and a bestseller. His success was a pleasant surprise, but it had come too late. His TB lesion had begun to bleed. Having met her on the stairs to his London flat, he wrote to his young neighbour, Anne Popham. "There is no knowing how long I shall live, but what I'm really asking you is, would you like to be the widow of a literary man? If things remain as they are, there is a certain amount of fun in this, as you would probably get royalties coming in, and you might find it interesting to edit unpublished stuff, etc." Of course, it's absurd a person like me wanting to make advances to someone of your age. It's just that I feel desperately alone sometimes. Anne Popham turned him down, as did Celia Paget, and Cyril Connolly's assistant, Sonia Brownell, though she remained in touch, even when Orwell, accompanied by a housekeeper and his young son, quit London altogether.